Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's session. Today is the 16th of the 40 days of the capacity building training for the 1,000 Nigerian civil servants on ICT. And I'm Abdul Muhammad. I will be here with you to facilitate today's session. And remember, this program is sponsored and powered by Hammad Technologies and Consultancy Services. And this program will last for about 40 days. So I hope you can hear me, please. Can you give me a thumbs up, please, if you can hear me? So as usual, we start with the outline of the day. And today we are going to look at recap on the 15th. Then we move to text customization using shortcut keys. And today we are looking at Control N to Control Z, then question and answer, and finally conclusion, meaning we call it a day. So as usual, I start by giving the expectation of the day, which is the session objectives. So by the end of this session, I believe the participants should be able to identify the functions of shortcut keys from Control N down to Control Z, particularly in Microsoft Office Word. And also, number two, participants should be able to apply these shortcuts in text customizations and document management to speed up their work and make it very easy. And also, participants should be able to relate the use of shortcut keys to real-life civil service tasks for efficiency and effectiveness. And finally, I believe that the participants should be able to practically demonstrate how to save time and reduce workload by using these shortcuts instead of manual navigation through the menu bar and other ribbons. So, if you remember, in the last class, that's yesterday, you discussed about Control A to Control M, where briefly I will remind us what is Control A. Control A is normally used to select all documents, all the text in a particular document, or to highlight all. And Control B is to bold the selected text, or maybe the text that you are typing. You hit Control B before you type so that it will be in bold. Or maybe after it's been typed, you can mark it or highlight that particular text and hit Control B to make it bold. Control C is copy. Control D is used to open font dialog box. Control E is used to align text to be at the center. Control F is used to find a particular text or sentence in the entire document. And Control G will allow us to go to a particular point or word or any text in our whole document. Control H is used to replace a particular text or word in the whole document. Control I is used to italize the selected text, or maybe you can hit Control I before typing the text to make it in italic. Then we have Control J, which is used to justify text. That means to make it to be on the straight line from left and right to be justified. Control K is used to insert hyperlink. That means a link that can take you to the external, maybe website or maybe another location. Then Control L is used to left align text. That means to make the text to be on the left hand side, which is in contrast to Control E, which is at the center. And today we are going to look at Control R, which is very similar to this. And then we have Control M, which is tab. That means you just take a tab to the right. So far, this is what we have discussed in the previous class. And you know that in the Nigerian civil service, most of the times we are often faced with large amount of documentations, like maybe we are typing memos or maybe circulars or reports, or maybe for those that are in schools, maybe lecture notes, examination questions, marking schemes, or maybe if you are in the finance department, financial records or financial reports, you see, you'll have to type a lot of text. So mastering these shortcuts will make your work to be more efficient. That means efficiency is the key in the general civil service work. So you can see that mastering these shortcuts can save a lot of time which can translate into hours or weeks or months. It depends on how fast you can be able to do that particular report or that particular documentation. So that's why today we are adding on top of what we have discussed in the previous class, which is Control N to Control Z, and some of these most useful shortcuts for civil service in terms of daily activities when it comes to documentation. And for the purpose of this class, I will be using Microsoft Office so that I can demonstrate how these shortcuts are being used. So let me share my screen to the office so that we can be able to continue. Thank you, Aisha to Yusuf. So let me share my board. Okay. I believe you can see my words. So let me just generate a random text, maybe 20, since I don't need much of things. Okay. So here I'm in my Microsoft Office where I will demonstrate these shortcuts. So let me start with Control N. So Control N is normally used to open a new document. Maybe I'm working on maybe this is a report or maybe a circular that I'm preparing afresh. Then I might need to, let me assume this is a report, okay? So maybe I was assigned to draft a circular right now, and that circular is going to be uh, pinned to the notice board in like maybe 15 minutes or 10 minutes. So instead of me to close entirely this document and reopen Word again, so I can press down Control and uh, N. So I think let me share my on-screen keyboard so that we can be seeing what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm trying to share the whole screen so that we can be able to see everything. Okay, so this is my on-screen keyboard. So I believe you can see my screen now. You can see my screen. So you see, if I need to open a new document, I can press down Console and N. So you see, it opens a new document. You can see this is document 2, and the other document is document 1. So let me close this. So this is document 1. You can see it's not saved. So for me to open a new page so that I can start typing the circular I was assigned to do, I can press down Control and N. So you see, it takes me to another page of Microsoft Word. And here you see it's titled document 3 because I have already closed document 2. Document 2. So that's why it's showing document 3 now. You see, I can just continue typing maybe the circular. You see, so you see, I will just type whatever I need to type. You understand? So this is how you can use Control N to open a new document. Then the next control is Control O, and Control O is used to open document. Maybe I have already typed or maybe done a particular work. Maybe I've given a report for last month of August. Then I'm asked to maybe edit that particular document or maybe check something from that document. So the easiest way, instead of me to be navigating through my the file manager or what have you. So it's better for me to open it from here. So I can hit down Control and O so that it can take me, you see, to the previous documents that I have worked on recently. So if I couldn't find what I'm looking for here, I can go to Browse. So this browse here will take me to my local drive where I can look for the documents I'm looking for. So this is how we use Control O to open an existing document. I hope you get what we're doing. So the next thing is Control P. So Control P is normally used to print document, instead of me to be going to the file manager to look for print, sorry, I mean to the menu bar to look for print. So once I'm done with this particular work, I need to print it. I'll just press down Control and P. So it will allow me to print the document. So you can see this is the print preview of the document, you see. So once I hit on print, from here I can select the printer I'm printing to. So I can just hit on print and then the document will be printed straight away. So, okay, sorry. I'm not making this. Sorry, let me make it to be pinned. Okay, sorry, I'm just having some technical issue here. That's the problem of sharing the whole screen. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back now. So after the print, which I said it's used to print hard copies of the document that we have finished working on, then we move to Control Q. So Control Q normally used to clear paragraph formatting or to reset line spacing to make it back to the uniform or default line spacing, which is 1.15 line spacing. So normally, Control Q is used to remove direct formatting from the selected paragraph or to reset it to the default 1.15 line spacing. So you see here we have line spacing. So please, do you see my screen? Yes, I'm sharing screen. Good. So you see, this is the line spacing. When you click on it, we have 1.0, 1.15, up to 3, or maybe we can customize the line spacing. So let me change this one to like maybe 3. So you see this paragraph, the first paragraph, okay, I cannot see the second paragraph. So let me make it to 2. So you see, I can see the next paragraph. So if I want to reset the formatting back to the default 1.15, or maybe to clear the formatting of the whole paragraph, then I can select it and press down Control and Q. Sorry, it's not selected. So Control Q. You see it resets back to the default line spacing, which is 1.15. Or maybe if let's say maybe I hit this one to be in the, okay, maybe this particular paragraph is maybe 2.5. Maybe this paragraph is like let me make it like 1.5. So you see, maybe I've been copying some text from different other documents. So the formatting might not be unique. Some will be maybe having 2.5, some might be having 3, or the paragraph is not uniform. So I can just select the whole text and hit down Control and Q so that it will be reset to default. You see, everything is now back to the normal formatting with a default line spacing of 1.15. Then the next thing after QR, the next thing is Control R. So Control R is right align. It's used to align text to the right. So you see when you come to the paragraph here, we have the first button, the first ribbon, we align text to the left, which is Control L, which has been treated. Then we have the next ribbon, which is Control E, to align text to be at the center. And we have the last one, which is Control R, to align text to be on the left hand side, sorry, right hand side. So like you see this, the first paragraph is already right indented. So let me change it to like center, Control E. So if I want it to be back to the write indented. So I will have to come here and just press down Control and R, so that, sorry, it will be on the right, you understand. So that's how it is. So you see it is right indented. So what if I put Control and L? So it will be left indented. Control and E, it will be centered indented. So normally Arabic is right indented. So there are some instances that you might need your text to be right indented, often used for inserting official references or maybe dates on the right hand side, you understand. So when you are writing a date, you might require your document to be the date to be right indented, so that it will be on the same straight line. So the next thing is, after R is Control S. So Control S allows us to save our document. Like you see, this document is not saved. So I've been typing maybe from the first start of this session to this time. I've been typing, and typing. So it's very good for me to save the documents. So for this, for the first time, I'll just sit down, Control and S, then it will take me to where I need to save the documents on my drive. So let me just save it here. Maybe the 16 practice. So this is the name I've given the document. Then I will hit on save. So I save it to my document folder. So you see now its name changes from document 1 to the 16 practice. So maybe after saving for the first time, I will continue typing. So I'll just take a paragraph here. Maybe this session is, is for the 16 of the webinar or something like this. You see, I'll just keep typing. So as I'm typing, I need to be saving the document regularly. So mastering the shortcut keys is very important. Instead of me to be coming to the menu bar and be looking for where it's saved so that I can save, because you need to be regularly saving your documents so that you will not lose track of anything, or maybe to prevent data loss. So as you are typing, just be holding down Control and S so that the document will be updated. So this is very important in our day-to-day activities, because when we are preparing a very long report or maybe project documents, we are regular saving will allow us to prevent data loss. The next thing after S is T. So Control T is used to indent all lines of the whole paragraph except the first one, the first line. So like in this paragraph, we have like, let's say we have 3 lines. So when I select this paragraph and hit down Control T, it will like create a hanging indent. That means the line 2 and line 3 will take a tab. It's like I hit a tab on line 2 and line 3, while the first line I did not put any tab. So let's see how it works. Control and T. So you see, it's like I put a tab on the second line and the third line. If there is 100 lines, it's the same thing. Only the first line will be left the way it is. So if I hit down Control T again, so it will give me another indent. You understand? So we call this hanging indent, and normally it's used in formatting legal references or maybe bibliographies in our reports, which is very important. So after T, we have U, Control U. And this Control U is from our font bar, font ribbon, and it's normally used to underline the documents. Maybe a subject or maybe a heading, we need to underline it. So as I select, maybe let me just select from this point here back to the video uh, word. So I will hit down Control and U. You see, it is what? Underlined. So instead of me to be coming to this ribbon and be hitting U, so the shortcut key is Control U, which will allow me to underline the particular document. Then the next thing after U is Control V. Control V. So if you remember in our last class, we have looked at Control C, which allows us to copy a document from or a text from one point. So Control V is used to paste the copied or cut document. We are coming to the cut. So this is what I need to duplicate. So I'll hit down Control and C for me to select this paragraph. So let me come to the new line. Then I want to put it here at this particular point. So I will now come to Control and V. You see, it allows me to paste the copied document. And this is very important if maybe we are copying something similar from one report to another, especially tables. Or maybe if we are transporting a table from Excel, we have designed our table in Excel and we want to put it in our Microsoft Word. So we can just hit Control C from our Excel to copy that table and then Control V on our Microsoft Office to paste what we have copied. Then the next thing is Control W. Control W is close. Okay, so let me open a new document. So let me hit down Control N. Sorry, Control N. So I'm creating a new document. So let me generate a random text. Okay, so I generated a random text. Let me save it. Okay, I don't need to save. So I'm demonstrating Control W, which allows to close the current document we are working on. So I want to close this document, so I will hit Control and W. So you see, it's asking me whether I should save. So I don't want to save because I'm closing it. So I can just say, do not save. So you see, the document is closed. Even this one that I'm working on, once I hit Control W, it will close it without asking me anything. It's the same as just hitting the X here, or maybe the Alt and F4 that we have discussed in our previous sessions. Then after W, we have Control X. So Control X is normally used to cut. That means to move a document, a text from one point to another. So like in this case, if I select this paragraph and then press Control X, so I have taken it totally from this place. So it's different from copy. Copy, I'm leaving a duplicate, while Control X, I'm not leaving any document. So let me come to here and paste it. I will go for Control V to paste it here. So you see the text is no longer in this point, but rather it's been moved to here by Control X. I hope I'm communicating sense to each and every one of us. Then the next thing after Control X is Control Y. That is redo. So as you see now, I have moved this particular paragraph from this point above, this session is for the 16th of the webinar, to below this statement, this session is for the 16th of the webinar. So if maybe I did that by a mistake, or maybe I needed to be back to where it was before, so I can hit down Control Y. That means it reverses the last action I have done. So I want this to be back to where it was, so I would just hit down Control and Y. So you see, it what? Okay, sorry. The Control Y, it reverses the last undo action. That means it restores what you have undone before. I hope I'm making sense. Control Z, that means Control Z reverses the last action. So like now that I hit Control Y and this document is being back to where it was before. So if I hit Control and Z, it what? It reverses what I have done. So let me repeat it again. Control Y is like redo. I want it to do what I have done already, while Control Z, I want it to undo what I have done. I hope it's clear. So let me just move to another point. Like maybe, let me hit enter here. Let me type something. This is a statement, for instance. So for as I have done typing, this is a statement. So let me just clean this. You see, I've deleted it. So if I hit control Y, it is going to redo what I have done. You understand? Sorry, I'm not, I have not touched the console. So console Y. Oh, I've done something again. So you see, I've deleted this YY, so that's why it's bringing it back again, console Y. That means it will redo what I have already done. You understand? While Control Z will undo what is being done already. So before the time ends, so let's, if we have any question, please let me go to the chat box so that I can address some questions. We have 3 minutes so that the class will end by 9:33. So we don't need to uh, rejoin again. So please, do we have any question, please? I'll be in the chat box. So please, do we have any question? So this is so far what we have treated. Let me just recap what we have done. We said Control N is used to open a new blank document. Control O is used to open an existing document. Control P is used to open the print dialog box to allow us to print document, while Control Q is used to remove direct formatting from selected paragraph and also reset line spacing to the default 1.15. Control R aligns text to the right. Control S saves the current document. Control T creates hanging indent. Control U underline. Control V paste copied or cut text. Control W closes current document. Control X cuts selected document. That means it allows to move that document from one place to another. Control Y reverses the last undo action, while Control Z reverses the last action. So Yahya Musa, okay, you are saying what are the difference between Control Z and Control Y? So you see, as I said, Control Z allow us to undo the last action, while Control uh, Control Z allow us to undo the done action, while Control Y allow us to redo the action. Let me quickly share my screen before the time elapses. So like I'm in this document. So let me delete this, please, let me delete the first paragraph. So if I want to undo what I have done, I will hit down Control Z. You see, I have done, okay, let me delete it again before the time ends. So when I deleted it now, Control Z, you see I have undone what? The deletion of the paragraph. Let us continue. So as I was saying, let's assume now I have a statement here. Maybe this statement is for practice. So you see, I've typed this statement. So for at any point, when I hit on Control Z, it will take me Control Z, it will take me one step back. You see, it has deleted what I have already typed. So if I want to bring what I have typed back, that means I want to redo what I have undone, then I will hit down Control and Y. So you see, it brings it back as it was before. So if I want to continue redoing what I have undone, so once I hit down Control Y, what I have previously deleted will be back again. So it will just be like redoing what you have undone. So they are like opposite, redo and undo. So Control Z will undo what you have done, while Control Y will redo what you have already done. So I hope I have cleared uh, what you have asked. So maybe if there is no any question, I think we can hold here and call it a day. Okay. So since there is no question, I think this is where we put a stop. So I believe we have understood and can be able to demonstrate the use of Control N to Control Z in our day-to-day activities. So with this, we have come to the end of the class, and I hope to see you tomorrow for the next class. I wish you the best of luck and wish you a good night rest. Bye. Thank you.